Nepal stands at the verge of creating history by clinching a place at the Asia Cup. In the rain-affected ACC Men's Premier Cup final today at the Tribhuvan University Cricket Ground, UAE were reduced to 106 runs for the loss of 9 wickets. The play will resume from this position tomorrow, and despite rain around, just half a day's play could be enough for host Nepal to clinch the trophy and book a place at the Asia Cup. Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. The police headquarters corresponds with Speaker Devraj Ghimire asking for assistance to arrest lawmaker Lakshmi Mahato Koiri, who is charged of murder. Process to suspend Koiri starts. Rastriya Swatantra Party decides to make party chairperson Rabi Lamichane its parliamentary party leader. Party to decide this Friday whether to extend its support to the government. First Republic Bank taken over by regulators to be acquired by JP Morgan Chase & Company after rescue efforts failed to undo the damage from wrong way investments. And today's ACC Men's Premier Cup final between host Nepal and UAE suspended due to rain. The final to resume from the same position tomorrow. Nepal inched towards Asia Cup qualification. The police headquarters has corresponded with Speaker Devraj Ghimire asking for assistance to arrest lawmaker Lakshmi Mahato Koiri, who is charged of murder. This is the second letter issued by the police headquarters seeking cooperation to arrest Koiri. The police headquarters issued the letter in the name of the Speaker. Spokesperson of the Federal Parliament Secretariat, Ekram Giri, informed about the letter today. The police had corresponded with the Parliament Secretariat on 22nd of December last year, seeking support to arrest Koiri. The letter was issued to the General Secretary of the Federal Parliament. Koiri has been accused of murdering Sub-Inspector of Armed Police Force Thaman Bishwakarma. The Janakpur High Court had ordered to conduct investigation by detaining Koiri. He had been elected as a member of the House of Representatives while he was a fugitive. Once the Speaker gets the letter, he will initiate process to suspend Koiri as a lawmaker. The announcement of Koiri's suspension will be made soon as the Parliament session has yet to begin. As per the guidelines of the House of Representatives, an absconding lawmaker's position in the Parliament will be scrapped automatically. The Central Committee of Rastriya Swatantra Party has directed to unanimously appoint party chairperson Rabi Lamichane as the parliamentary party leader. The Central Committee has made the decision following the resignation of DP Aryal from the post. Spokesperson of the party, Mukul Dhakal, said that the Central Committee meeting of Rastriya Swatantra Party gave the direction to appoint Lamichane as the parliamentary party leader. Lamichane had been elected as a lawmaker from the by-election held in Chittagong 2. Spokesperson Dhakal said that the Central Committee has also decided to form the party's departments according to the Parliamentary Committee to maintain uniformity in the party's works. The responsibility has been divided among the lawmakers of the party according to the committee in which they are involved. Swarnim Wagle, who had won the by-election in Tano 1, has been allocated the finance department. Wagle is a member of the Finance Committee of the Parliament. Meanwhile, Rastriya Swatantra Party will make a decision this Friday on whether to join the government or withdraw the party's support to the government. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has said that the role of the private sector is more significant in increasing employment opportunities and enhancing skills. The Premier, who had reached Mola Kali in East Nawalparasi's Gainakot today, stressed on the need for the government and private sector to coordinate to uplift the national economy. Premier Dahal said that the economic crisis has reduced and went on to claim that the economic growth rate will reach up to 8% during the end of the ongoing fiscal year. Prior to this, Premier Dahal, while speaking to reporters in Chittagong, claimed that his government will complete its 5-year term and that he was ready to probe into any case of corruption. Premier Dahal has urged Rastriya Swatantra Party Chair Rabi Lamichane to join the government at the earliest. 10 specialized committees of the Parliament have been formed following the end of the first session of the Parliament. However, the meeting of the Parliamentary Committee has not been held yet. As per the provision, the committee will be led by a senior leader at the beginning and the leadership will be appointed later. However, the meeting has yet to be held. Due to this, the first session of the Parliament has not concluded. The meeting of the Parliamentary Committee will likely be held after the budget announcement. The meeting has not been held as representatives have gone to their election constituencies. Preparation of the budget is the topmost priority at the moment. The Finance Committee is supposed to hold discussions prior to budget announcement on 29th of May and give suggestions to the government. Government entities as well as trade unions have been celebrating the Labor Day today by organizing various promotional campaigns. Trade unions have been demanding to increase the basic salary of workers of public sector and stop blocking their salaries in the name of economic crisis. The government has made preparations to increase basic salary of workers following pressure from trade unions. The basic salary will be increased within 2 months along with the agreement of traders. Currently, the basic salary of workers is 15,000 rupees. The Census Report 2078 shows that 11,038,000 individuals are involved in some kind of employment. Among those, 50% are involved in agriculture, forest and fish farming, 23% in general or primary occupation, and around 6% in service delivery and sales of products. Leaders of various political parties have extended their greetings on the occasion of Labor Day today. Farmers of Sindhupalchok have been facing scarcity of fertilizer during the farming season. The government had given assurances of addressing the problem of lack of fertilizer. However, a sack of fertilizer is distributed to 4 to 5 farmers, which has been brought by the local level through agricultural cooperative. Production of paddy, wheat, among other crops decreases without fertilizer in the land where chemical fertilizer have been used in the past. This has caused difficulty in meeting the demand for paddy, potatoes, and corn. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What's your take on the decision to hike OPD charges of doctors? Your options are A, burden on patients, B, result of inflation, and C, improved quality as well. The voting is on. Type NEWS, type A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international updates. First Republic Bank was taken over by regulators and will be acquired by JP Morgan Chase and Company after rescue efforts failed to undo the damage from wrong-way investments and depositor runs that have roiled regional lenders. The California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation said in a statement that JP Morgan will assume all deposits, including all uninsured deposits and substantially all assets of First Republic. The California regulator appointed the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation as receiver of the San Francisco-based bank. The Department of Financial Protection and Innovation said in its statement, deposits are federally insured by the FDIC subject to applicable limits. Like other regional lenders, First Republic found itself squeezed as the Federal Reserve jacked up interest rates to fight inflation, which hurt the value of bonds and loans the bank bought when rates were low. Meanwhile, depositors fled partly in search of better returns and then in fear as worries spread about First Republic's health. 11 U.S. banks had tried to keep First Republic afloat by pledging $30 million of fresh deposits on 16th of March, with JP Morgan, Bank of America Corporation, Citigroup Incorporated, and Wells Fargo and Company pitching in $5 billion each. It wasn't enough. The stock, which topped $170 in March 2022, sank below $5 by late April. First Republic's demise would imperil not only common share owners, but also about $3.6 billion of preferred shares and $800 million of unsecured notes. The bank has been bought and sold several times over the years, with Merrill Lynch and Company paying $1.8 billion to acquire First Republic in 2007. Ownership passed to Bank of America when it bought Merrill Lynch in 2009 and changed hands again in mid-2010 when investment firms including General Atlantic and Colony Capital purchased First Republic for $1.86 billion and then took it public. The Vatican is involved in a peace mission to try to end the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, Pope Francis said, declining to give further details. The Pope added that he had spoken about the situation in Ukraine with Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban and with Metropolitan Bishop Hilarion, a representative of the Russian Orthodox Church in Budapest. Since Russia invaded Ukraine in February last year, Pope Francis has pleaded for peace practically on a weekly basis and has repeatedly expressed a wish to act as a broker between Kiev and Moscow. His offer has so far failed to produce any breakthrough. Ukraine Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal met the Pope at the Vatican on Thursday and said he had discussed a peace formula put forward by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He said he had also invited the Pope to visit Kiev. 86-year-old Pope Francis has said previously that he wants to visit Kiev and Moscow on a peace mission.
Sports news.
Today's ACC Men's Premier Cup final between host Nepal and UAE was suspended as rain played spoil sport. In the final played at the Tribhuvan University Cricket Ground, Nepal won the toss and invited UAE to bat first. The decision turned out to be a good one for Nepal as Nepali bowlers proved lethal as UAE were reduced to 106 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in 27.3 overs before rain stopped play for the day. UAE has had a disastrous start as they were 4 wickets down when only 35 runs were on the board in 9.1 overs and 51 for 5 in 13.1 overs. Sompal Kami grabbed the first wicket for Nepal, that of UAE skipper Mohammad Wasim, who got out after scoring 11 runs when the score was 17 in 3.1 overs. Tournament's top run scorer Rastriya Arvind then departed off Karan Keshi's bowling after scoring 8 runs as UAE's second wicket fell when the score was 28 in 4.5 overs. UAE's third wicket fell when Karan Keshi took the wicket of opener Aryan Lakra when 35 runs were on the board in 8.1 overs. Wickets kept falling at regular intervals and UAE were 106 for 9 in 27.3 overs when rain interrupted play. Lalit Rajbangshi was the pick of the Nepali bowlers, grabbing 3 wickets at the expense of 5 runs in his 4.3 overs. Karan Keshi and Sandeep Lamichane claimed 2 wickets each, while Sompal Kami and Gulshan Jha also picked up a wicket each. The final tomorrow will resume from today's position as Nepal stand at the verge of creating history by clinching a place at the Asia Cup. Only the champions of the ACC Men's Premier Cup will qualify to play at the Asia Cup in Pakistan this September. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.